bit too nervous, or maybe not feeling very confident on some of these maps. I mean, it also comes down to a case of confidence. Sometimes it's not necessarily nerves, but it's just confidence on these maps. Like sometimes you're just not feeling it on the day. Like your hand might not be cooperating, whether it's your left one or your right one. Sometimes your concentration might not quite be there, so it really just depends. But so far the United States have been showing quite a lot of that. They seem very, very confident, and especially coming in with a 7-3 victory, they are going to be feeling very ready for this one.
Yeah, I imagine that's the past experience from some of the players on the US team that have been here many times before, so it's not too much new to them. This Polish team hasn't really... They haven't played in the final since, what, 2014, 2015, so... But like I say, that first match, it's done now, it's dusted, the players have all had a run out, and hopefully now they're feeling much more up to it. No doubt we saw some strong like solo ability from some players, like we saw Rafis do pretty well on some of the stuff, and Wubblewolf of course stepping up, but now it's time for the rest of the Polish team to get stuck in.
Yeah, this is definitely an opportunity for those players to step up here. And I mean, United States also, you may see potential burnout from one or two of their players, but it's very, very unlikely. But anything is possible in these tournament matches. We've seen random things occur, like technical issues, you know, random misses. It's just, anything can happen. It can be anyone's game based on so many little things, you know, whether or not your concentration is there, or, you know, sometimes you might just slip up a little tiny bit. But yeah, getting into this first warm-up, we'll be playing Chronoxia. I haven't actually seen this difficulty before. I'm not sure if you have, Dooms. Are you familiar with this one?
I think so. I do definitely recognize this, but I'm not entirely sure. I might be thinking of another map for this.
Because I was going to say, I know another version of this map, but I don't know if it's the one that I'm thinking of. It definitely looks like a really, really nice warm-up pick.
Yep. I mean, it's an actual warm-up, of course. The first two warm-ups were a little bit more on the jokey side, but this one's very much all business.
Yeah, teams were definitely having a lot more fun, but it's all business now. Things are getting serious, and you know when things get serious between the two teams like this. We've seen the Polish memes, we've seen the United States memes.
Yep, time to get to the real meat and potatoes of this one. The big circle size, though, I mean, it can be a little bit dodgy if you're going for like an actual functional warm-up to pick a map with large circle size, because you tend to read and aim them a bit differently than you would more regular circle size. Did you find that, Kano?
Yeah, I definitely feel like that's the case as well. Sometimes these larger circles can be pretty weird when it comes to how you read them and how you aim them, because generally you obviously have that room to be a little bit more lazy with your aim, but some of these maps usually do have fairly tricky patterns, so I think it could be that they might be going for something kind of unconventional, I guess, to try and get used to these unconventional style of patterns. But at the same time, having that large circle size definitely gives a lot of room for your aim to be not as accurate as it should be.
I wonder if this is an Xarius map. A lot of these hollow wings-ish slider patterns.
Yeah, I'm definitely thinking that it is, because it seems like the United States has been going for a lot of his picks throughout this tournament. But we actually didn't see that the first time around. Obviously we saw Technique of Shadow, which was something completely different, but this definitely does look like it's an Xarius map, just in the way that it plays.
It's definitely intense, for sure, which is always a good way to go. Rafis and Apraxia getting some nice combos on that. A 0 miss run from Rafis.
Yeah, just a few slider breaks. My goodness. Still getting the A though, because a couple of 50s were kicking in there, but...
Yep, of course, because this bracket reset is a whole new match, we are playing the warm-ups again. So both teams get another chance for that, just to clarify.
Yeah, and not only that, but there's also an opportunity for the roles to change things. You could potentially see reverse bans and picks. Which, I mean, it has the smallest chance of making a difference.
We've got another shot at playing Made of Fire. Hold on to that.
Yeah, we have to hold on to that thought. We have to hope that either of these teams doesn't want to ban Made of Fire, but it seems like Poland hasn't really been liking the hidden so far. We did see them struggle a little tiny bit on Polygon, and I believe they banned Made of Fire in both of the matches. I know for a fact they obviously banned it in the last one, but I'm not sure if they banned it in the original one or if that was the United States choice. I would have to say I think it was Poland's.
Yeah, they've banned Made of Fire every round in the finals, so they really don't want to play that low AR.
It's quite a surprise. I mean, when you have a player like Wolf on your team, but I guess, yeah, the lower approach rate on Hidden, and I mean, there is a lot of fail potential in that map too, so...
Yeah. I mean, the one time we've seen it, there was 4 fails in the UK versus South Korea match, with 3 of the South Korean players failing it, so it's really volatile.
Yeah, and that's even at the end of it as well, which actually seems to be one of the parts which is less likely to fail, so that just shows how challenging that map is overall.
Yep. I mean, you could bank your chances on Wolf, but yeah, the rest of the team have to follow suit. And I think with the US team, they have more than one player that could at least pass that comfortably. So it's a risky one, I think.
Happy Stick coming in for this one, getting a shot at rolling the Meta Girl at 30. Oh my goodness. I mean, he's coming up on that slowly but surely, but yeah.
I've got to give it a show. Cameo from Mr. Happy Stick. Unfortunately, ain't gonna feature too much, but it's been a really core part of the team up until this point. Happy Stick.
Yeah, he's definitely been one of the players who's been stepping up in the past. I mean, you've seen that he's been training a lot of reading in particular, so he is one of the few players that we would probably expect to see on some of these lower approach rate picks, although he has actually mentioned that he doesn't really enjoy playing Made of Fire. I mean, he says that he struggles to pass it, but from what I've seen, he doesn't really play it all the way through, so I think he's just going based off the intro. I mean, if one of the other players from the United States manages to combo through that, he could get a decent combo on something like that. But yeah, definitely a player that's been training quite a lot when it comes to OS. A little bit too much. I mean, we've seen that obviously he's generated some hand issues over the past, so that's why we won't be seeing much of him in this match.
We were saying that the warm-ups are going to be all business, and the Polish warm-up happens. Spoke too soon.
Speaking way too soon for ourselves. I mean, obviously we had the Axarius pick last time, but yeah, another Polish map coming in. It won't be the one with the Megamizer background, but yeah. Still a nice song nonetheless so far. Another one to add to my collection of Polish memes, you know?
Oh yeah, I have that collection.
As I said, I'm getting an album, you know? Pretty much just open it up at any point and, you know, there it is.
So if there's one team that knows how to pick a good warm-up, it's this Polish team, all the way through this tournament. That national pride, though. And the last one was actually quite a difficult map, though. It's actually a decent warm-up map. I wonder if this one's a bit trickier as well.
Yeah, I'm assuming we're going to see some sort of build-up, because so far it's been starting out fairly slow, and I mean, most of these Polish maps, we've seen that they are generally somewhere in the 6 to 7 star ranges, because they slowly but surely pick up in pace and difficulty, and we're seeing that right now. A few players are having a little bit of trouble on some of these jump patterns, because they are quite slow, but yeah, also uncomfortably slow.
Pretty spaced as well. And there goes all the full combos at this point. Yep.
Sometimes I wonder what the backstory is behind some of these songs. Like, what goes through the mind of a Polish mapper to map a song like this? Like, what is the song even about? But I guess that's something that we would have to ask some of the Polish fans in here.
Sure, a lot of people in the chat could tell us.
It's probably also a case of us maybe not needing to know what some of these songs are about.
Yeah, lost in translation, we'll just go with that. Blissful ignorance.
Praxia, Piggy, A-Star, VHQ and Waxon actually managing to hit all of those jumps, but shortly breaking after that. A-Star, VHQ and Waxon still holding on though. As expected, Poland performing very well on their Polish meme map. Few people in chat are saying that this song is about tragic love.
Oh yeah, it's probably that.
I think that's just obviously, you know, a bit of a meme, but some people are saying some people are saying that it's about a friend thanking or something. Who really knows? But see if he XDs. I mean, it's almost at the point where I don't really want to say too much because I'm kind of just enjoying the song. I don't know about you, Doomsday, but...
Well, yeah, it's like, it's there to be enjoyed. I mean, why else are the Polish team picking it? It's like, playing as the song of the people, man. Really, the thing on my mind right now is, are we going to see Made of Fire? Although it's very unlikely. Because at this point now, every single map has been played at least once between these two teams. So they have info on every map in this pool now, even the tiebreaker.
Yeah, I mean, as much as we really do want to see Made of Fire, I definitely think it's a smart choice for some of the players to go for the bans that they don't want to play or see pick against them. And I mean, as much as we could see a tiebreaker showcase if it doesn't come down to a tiebreaker, I think honestly we would love to see a Made of Fire showcase as well.
Oh yeah, I mean,
we need a Made of Fire showcase. We need to make it happen. If it doesn't happen, of course.
Oh yeah. I'm about to find that out now though, as the second warm-up completes. Hey, both teams got a warm-up apiece. Both 1-1.
Yeah, Happy Stick has left the game, so getting that time to shine on the warm up there. Probably won't be seeing much more of him. Maybe on something like Made of Fire, but that's of course if it happens.
How's this one gonna go? See if they swap out the bands for something different, or if they're gonna go for the same thing this time.
Oh, they were actually taking Happy Stick's role into account that one. So yeah, Poland did happen to win that. Vilshki rolling a 46. So yeah, US gets the first ban, Poland gets the second ban, and then Poland will be getting the first pick.
It looks like the US ban might be Packet Hero.
Yeah, this has actually been a reverse so far that we've seen. So the bans are in reverse right now, but they're going for Packet Hero once again. Quite a surprise because that is a map that they could potentially take a victory on, despite them not having very solid performances in the previous runs. But I honestly think that Ghost of 313 would be a better choice for their ban. But oh boy, we're actually seeing Made of Fire being left open.
Oh.
The Polish team has gone for Kakazets Thanatos as the ban. And they're jumping straight into the Ghost of 313, Forgotten.
That ban's fair enough considering how the US were really strong on that. I mean, 3-4 combos is unprecedented on that map, so not wanting to deal with that again. Fair enough. But when it came to Packet Hero, that does make sense off of previous results. Poland did do better than both of the US's previous attempts on that. So I suppose that's a ban backed up by data. But they don't want to risk it either way.
Yeah, I mean, I think either way, Packet Hero or the Ghost of 313 would still be very solid bans for the United States. So they haven't made a bad choice at all, as you've mentioned. I just think that it's really hard to say because so far we've seen that they haven't really been enjoying it that much. They did struggle against the UK on this one, and they have been struggling just a tiny little bit against Poland on this one. But there is potential for full combos through some of those sections. I mean, we see misses happen randomly on these first streams or these 1-8 streams. They are very, very tricky patterns which require a lot of finger control, so there's any chance to slip up.
Yeah, the slider streams almost feel like RNG to the players sometimes because you have to be so precise to not slider break on them. So it's just one of those picks that really could go your way. Although perhaps it was because the US weren't quite prepared for it. Maybe some of the players have warmed up their speed to see this again.
And I mean, can you imagine trying to hit I believe this map is around 250 BPM, right? 250 BPM, 1/8 sliders on score v2. That just sounds like a nightmare in itself.
It is. This map is really rough, especially because of that approach rate as well. Can sometimes make your reading quite loose and even cause the odd miss aim here and there. Although the slider streams are really the nastiest part of this.
Yeah, map is definitely a huge test of speed and finger control. Not only that, but you also have to have fairly controlled aim, especially for the 1/8 slider sections, as we've mentioned. This one is looking to maybe go in Poland's favor based on previous results we've seen it so far. But this is their pick, and they are looking to take out an early point lead.
Here we go. Round 2. The winner of this takes it all. It's either going to be a third-time championship for the US, or it's going to be a first-ever championship for Poland after so many years of heartbreak.
Yeah, many years of heartbreak for Poland. Can they take it from the reigning champions? Agazarius having a little bit of trouble with accuracy in the beginning, but Toy also as well. So far, Bonka, 2K, Toy, Alien, Rafis, and Piggy, all players to have dropped. Toy and Piggy also dropping once again.
These early breaks, it hurts to miss it. It's so much easier than the second half, but
we're actually seeing many accuracy drops all across the board so far. Alien and Rafis even having a little bit of trouble themselves.
Combos are decent though. The accuracy is in favor of Poland, but the combo in favor of the US.
Yeah, Praxia definitely a player to look out for on this one. I mean, it's quite a surprise that Rafis has been struggling a little bit with accuracy and combo in the beginning, but he's definitely picking it up from that point. Wolf, on the other hand, ooh, but as I was about to mention something about him, he literally just broke. Apraxia is still holding on here. It's going in favor of the United States, as well as Exarius.
Yeah, those two. So far, so good for them.
Yeah, that's something that we've seen about Exarius so far. I mean, despite having a little bit of accuracy tanking on this map, he always manages to get a really decent combo on it. So far, Piggy is holding on once again. Piggy showing so much strength on those 1/8 slider sections. Apraxia holding on to a 1K combo here, even getting through that section right there. Piggy did happen to drop.
Apraxia, what is this? Accuracy as well. This is actually an insane run from him. This kind of accuracy is one of the top accuracies you'd expect on this in a tournament.
My goodness, Apraxia is just showing no signs of letting up at all right now. 97 and a full combo, even getting through that 1/8 slider stream. Drops all across the board from every player except for Piggy and Apraxia and Monka 2K. But Apraxia, oh my goodness, only just happening to break right at the end there. That 1/8 slider stream claiming the combo.
That
Monka
is
2K,
so fortunate.
managed to hold on to that towards the end there as well, but very convincing lead for the United States on that one. They definitely stepped up. Apraxia in particular.
Yeah, that was incredible from Apraxia. The one miss right at the end, 97%, is a really impressive run on this. What a start for the US.
Yeah, definitely a very solid start for the United States. They are taking Poland's pick on a map that they previously just lost. Apraxia really stepping up his game right there, showing why United States is such a strong team. The team captain leading that one.
Well, coming off of that loss, Poland need to come out of the gates quickly, but that is not the way to do it. But what could they do against that? The US just starting out just as strong as they did last round.
Yeah, man, here I am saying that, you know, the United States potentially should have been forgotten, and they just popped off on that one right there.
Yeah, I mean, Toy and Idke didn't do too hot on that, but yeah, Xarius and Apraxia, no problems at all for them.
It was actually Monko 2K.
Oh my god, yeah.
Idke's coming in just now for the next one, I'm assuming, but...
Yeah, my mind was playing tricks. Monko, my mistake.
It's fine.
A solid start, but now what do they do to capitalize on that? With the board open, they have plenty of choices.
I mean, there's still the mate of fire pick in question. They might want to try and get that one out the way and done with early, just to see how Poland performs on it. But they are going for the safe choice that they've had so far, which is Amazing Break. Although Poland actually managed to win this one last time. I'm not quite sure what happened towards the end of it. We had so many issues with that one where, you know, Fire Rage kind of looked like he dropped, and then Waxon also looked like he dropped at some point. But yeah, definitely one which can go in either side.
Yep, super popular one, Amazing Break. Seen it every round between these two in this tournament. One that's been quite even between the two teams as well, score-wise.
Yeah, this one has always been a very, very close pick between the two, despite there being a few fails happening in the previous match. Not the match just gone, but the one beforehand to determine the winner's bracket.
So they are going out with a relatively safer one, really. The safer picks. Apart from that ending, of course, but the actual combo potential is very high on this.
Yeah, this could go either way, because as we've mentioned, this map has a fairly difficult intro, which, I mean, we've seen a few other players struggle on. The United States actually had a bit of a rough start, but they managed to build up some really nice combos, despite Poland winning this one last time round. But have to see whether or not they're going to have a little bit of trouble with that intro. Idki coming in with an early miss there. I mean, some of these are quite surprising and uncharacteristic misses, I'd have to say.
Yep. A bit slow to get started, but with this song being quite long, there's plenty of time to do that.
Yeah, and all players managing to hit that stream jump section there. That is one of the few which can claim an early combo or two. Piggy actually managing to miss after that.
This part's pretty neutral until we get to the chorus now, when more streams kick in. 3 FCs to 3.
Yeah, I mean, the song pretty much speaks for itself. When you hear it building up, it starts to build up in terms of the difficulty. We could see some potential misses, but it does get harder and harder towards the end as well. And I mean, we've seen that with the ending. We've seen fails happen, and it could happen once again. Sometimes, even if you manage to hold on to pretty much a full combo, you can have that completely gone just based on the fail potential right at the end of this map.
Yeah, I've seen it before. It's stung US already once this year.
Yeah, I mean, they did make up for it on the previous 2 matches though that they've had. They haven't managed to fail on it at all, so they are looking fairly confident. So far, still 3 full combos on the side of Poland, 3 full combos on the side of the United States, but Idki is obviously holding on after that early miss. Piggy has still managed to hold on as well since that early miss as well, but it's just the accuracy seems to be going ever so slightly in favor of the United States.
Yeah, it is. Piggy and Waxon a little bit behind in that regard, and the US also have the combo with Idki coming back as well. But everyone doing really well through that section. The combos are getting dizzying right now across the board.
Ooh, but Toy dropping that full combo there. Waxon as well responding with that. So that pretty much evens things out. We're still going to see very similar scores across the board.
Yep, the nose in front for the US just a little bit as we enter a tricky stream section here, and it claims Piggy's life.
Yeah, it claims Piggy and Digital Hypno on that one. Once again, the 2 full combos on each side. It pretty much comes down to whether or not Idki and Fire Rage hold on here. They're against Wobblefoof and Rafis. They are still in the lead by 100,000 points, so if Idki and Fire Rage manage to hold on to this, pretty much as they get to the end of this, they will be able to secure a victory here. Even if Wobblefoof and Rafis manage the full combo. We're seeing a few resets from Waxon and Piggy.
Yeah, those 4 FCs, they need to hold on. If Poland lose one of them, it's all over. Piggy has lost a lot of score because he's missed 2 whole streams.
Idki is dropped here there as well. This could be the potential comeback for Poland. Wolf and Rafis are still holding on. There might still just be enough time, depending on whether or not they can hold on to their combos and accuracies as well. They need to see potentially even an accuracy drop coming in from the States. Fire Rage manages to miss at the end there. This could go back in favor of Poland. It's getting close.
Comboing this part is the nastiest part of the entire map as well.
It's going back to Poland. Could we see a fail? Piggy fails!
Piggy!
Wolf or maybe just Piggy. Wolf seemed to struggle a little tiny bit with 4 misses right at the end there, but my goodness, Piggy failing right at the end, that costed Poland. Oh
yeah.
No.
That's unfortunate. He's held some decent combos, but occasionally he miscued a stream a couple times in the middle, and he done that at the fatal moment. That's so unlucky for him.
Yeah, pretty much a reverse repeat of what happened in the previous match that they had later on Saturday, I think it was. Friday or Saturday? Yeah, Friday. Oh my goodness. That is not looking good for Poland at all. They had that one in the bag, but it just came down to whether or not Piggy could hold on right at the end there.
Yep, the same thing happened to the US when these two teams met previously, but this time it's going to be Poland that gets bitten. Unlucky, Wobbleful from Rapis with excellent runs, almost FCing, but you can't do much about that. This is one of those maps that sometimes you just get caught out by the ending.
Yeah, Wolf and Ruff is definitely stepping up on that one. I mean, they've been doing that pretty much all throughout this entire match. They are two players who are very, very well known for being backbone carriers in this situation. But I mean, Piggy has also been stepping up a lot, despite having that fail. We've seen Piggy step up on things like Ghost of 313, for example, and some of the double time picks as well.
Yeah, Piggy has had a really good tournament. This is just a really unlucky moment for him.
Yeah. We're actually seeing that Poland are going for elemental creation. They did have, as I mentioned, they did have a really, really good run on it last time around in the match on Friday, but I don't think it went in favor of the United States for this one, with the Apraxia coming in for that.
Yeah, Apraxia's had good runs on this. Xarius has also done really well on this. It's one of those weird aim maps that, you know, even though the streams are one of the core parts of it, those single tap aim sections are really awkward, and the more technically minded players do shine on it.
Yeah, Xarius is definitely a player to look out for on this one. You can always see a high combo coming out of him. Not only that, but Apraxia also stepping in this time around made a really, really huge difference for the United States. Managed to get 99.5 with only 3 misses on a map like this.
Yeah,
we also saw
Waxon
as well. Yeah, Waxon also did the exact same thing pretty much. The only difference is that it was a 100 instead of a 50 and 3 misses. Just a slightly shorter combo though. But Waxon and Wobbleful have been two that have stepped up on this map as well, so they're going to be two key players to look out for in Poland. We could see something strong coming out of Rafis. He has been very well known for maps like these, things that require a lot of speed and stamina and aim.
In terms of the team scores, they've been very even across the board when it's appeared. It's appeared in every single matchup for these two, so they know it well.
I mean, we've seen this one go in favor of Poland once. We've seen it go in favor of the United States once. Poland, this is their pick. They are looking to make it go back in their favor once again. Can they make it happen? Ooh, Xarius coming in with the early miss there on that stream. Iki as well, following up with a miss shortly after on the jump section. But as I do say that, Mr. Boom responds. Apraxia dropping early. Still 3 full combos on the side of Poland.
Yep, some early aim issues on those jumps from 3 of the US players.
Ooh, Iki and Digital Hypno dropping there. Mr. Boom once again resetting combo, but there's still 3 full combos on the side of Poland. As I mentioned, Waxon, Rafis, and Wobbleful, all players to look out for, and they are showing it right now. Wolf managing to have a little bit of trouble on that stream there.
Right on the very last stream there, but with 2 full combos at this point, that is an excellent run in any team.
Poland definitely looking really strong here right now. Xarius is building up a nice combo as well, but that is pretty much all the United States have at this point.
Yeah, Rafis broke just before the break, but yep, Waxon.
Waxon dropping on that stream. There is potential for the United States to make a comeback here, but Xarius does drop that combo.
Ooh, not, well, maybe if Digital Hypno and Apraxia hold on to the end, maybe even Idki will have to as well.
Yeah,
Might just be enough time.
They're going to need those 3 players to hold on in hopes that some of the players on the Polish side do manage to reset their combos. Wolf actually drops that high combo. Wax on as well, once again resetting along with Mr. Boom. Boom. Raf is dropping there too. Apraxia and Digital Hypno are still holding on despite Icky dropping. This could potentially be a comeback for the United States here. It's getting really close towards the end.
Yeah, all these streams really racking up that multiplier. They might just have enough.
It's going to get close. It's coming down to speed to win. 10,000 points the difference. It's going to Poland.
Just about.
Those early combo leads from Waxon, Rafis, and Wolf all doing the work there. Despite Apraxia and Digital Hypno making up for it at the end, it still wasn't enough for the United States. Exarius managed to hold on to some really strong combos there as well, but that was really, really close right at the end.
Yep, comboing that first half was imperative for Poland. They did really well at that. Usually a lot of teams tend to choke a lot in that intro, but they held on, and that was the difference in the end.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen Poland win against the United States on that once. We then saw United States take it against Poland, but now we're seeing Poland respond once again and taking another win on that. So that map is very back and forth, as you can see. It doesn't really favor either team.
Poland have that foot in the door now. They have points on the board. But the US have the next pick to extend their lead, possibly.
And they're actually going for Knighted Knights on this one. Going for that solid hard rock pick. I think we actually did see a fail from one of the players last time.
Yeah, I think we saw a fail from Mr. Boom, right? I think Mr. Boom failed for Poland last time. Well, it's a Polish player failed anyway. He had a fail and it was unlucky. But US have had constant strong scores on this when they've played it previously. So have Poland, though.
I was going to say, luckily enough, the United States have also avoided some of their fails from the previous matches that we've seen on this one.
We've seen some really impressive runs from Wubblefulf on this. He's actually FC'd this in the previous match. Hopefully, he'll be expecting another result here in its last opportunity.
Getting into that triple time Night of Nights.
Oh yeah.
This is the brand new modification. It's not even all about that hard rock anymore. We're just going to see these players triple time this, but yeah, this map is fairly simplistic as it begins. It is still very easy to miss on though, because it is circle size 6.5, which basically means that the circles are tiny, as you can see on the screen. So any nerves can pretty much cause a miss, and as we've seen so far, that Idki is actually the first one to drop there, probably just having a bit of time to readjust the aim. Vilchq also responding with a miss. But it is early. It's not really going to make too much of a difference for these teams. And I mean, they have evened things out with those 2 misses on each side.
Oh. Seen a few breaks early on. Across the board, Apraxia and Rafis both finding a break. I Mr. Boom as well. Getting that nerves out early with a few breaks always works. Even though the circle size is very small, the actual patterning in this map is quite comfortable for players. But of course, the tiny CS means that, as Kano said, nerves are really damaging on this map.
Yeah, majority of the pattern placement is fairly simplistic. A lot of the players don't have too much trouble. There are a few awkward jump sections which can catch you off in the early parts, but nothing too tricky for players of this caliber. They should be able to perform really well on this nonetheless. It's just towards the end, when the streams start to get a little bit more spaced out, and then the jump section right at the end, which could cause some fails, that's where we start seeing the big misses and the big accuracy drops, even some potential fails coming in.
Very strong openings from Wubblefulf and Digital Hypno. Oh, but that slip from Wolf though on that little jump. Hypno is the only FC remaining, and the only major combo remaining. Rafis is building up.
Yeah, I mean, as I mentioned, some of these jump sections, fairly simplistic for these players, but you can still see random misses occurring like that. But yeah, Digital Hypno and Toy need to hold on right now. They are against Mr. Boom and Rufus, both with similar combos. They are slightly ahead of Toy, whereas Digital Hypno is slightly ahead of the both of them.
Yeah, Poland are slightly clawing it back with the combos they have. Ever so slowly.
Not only that, but also fairly even accuracies across the board. VHQ responding with another miss though. Apraxia and Idki are holding on to their lower combos. That's making a huge difference. But Digital Hypno drops. Boom also responding with a drop there. Toy as well. This is not looking good for the United States. It's going to come down to whether or not players fail at the end here because they are pretty much in the driver's seat. Combos have been reset. Apraxia is holding to a 300 combo. That's all that the United States has left. Players have failed. Toy has actually failed here. Hypno as well.
Yeah, 2 fails from the US, and that all but seals this point for Poland. They have no fails, and they have the superior score, and this is the tie-up, 2-2.
My goodness. United States, once again, having a little bit of trouble on this one, even though it was their pick. Yeah. We've seen it happen once again. It seems like it only is a reoccurring thing against Poland. Although last time they managed to get through it. But yeah, I mean, that ending is fairly tricky. You've seen misses happen on the space streams, and then if that occurs, it's very, very hard to get back in on the jump section right at the end.
Yeah, it's incredibly unforgiving. Like, it looked like they were looking in front with their scores, and the combos from Digital Hypno and Toy were setting them up well, but as soon as that ending hit, they both dropped, and Poland managed to hold strong, really. But even then, yeah, the ending just bit them really hard.
Yeah, I mean, you also had Wolf and Rufus holding on right at the end there as well, so that definitely solidified the victory for Poland.
Next pick for Poland as well. Tied up the series. Still a long way to go, but... And it is going to be Levid that they pick next. They did win this last round.
Yeah, Poland definitely have some really, really strong double time players which are capable of getting through the hardest section towards the end of this. I mean, we've seen Rufus almost come in with a full combo on that as well, and Piggy is a player who can combo through that section, even though Piggy has a little bit of trouble towards the beginning.
This is definitely a map they can step up for as a very fast player.
I mean, it's their choice. They are showing that they're going to be very comfortable on it. The United States, on the other hand, does have a double time roster which can perform really well on this. It's just whether or not all players perform at their best. I mean, we've seen Monko 2K coming in with a full combo here once with almost 99% accuracy, which was an insane score. Apraxia is also very well known for double time plays. Digital Hypno is pretty much a jack of all trades. So, you know, you're going to see strong performances from the United States across the board. Poland, on the other hand, have 2 really, really strong players, such as Rufus and Piggy, to look out for. They could be the carriers in this situation.
Yeah, both teams match up very well on a lot of these maps. This one especially, we've seen Monko full combo of this in the past in this tournament, and Poland have had very close FCs as well for multiple players. So. But last time in the first round, it did go to Poland, but previous results have been quite sporadic between the 2 teams against their other opponents. So could go either way depending on how they step up here. We are seeing Astar come in for this one.
Yeah, Astar coming in for another one. They are having a bit of a change in their lineup, so Alien will be stepping out of this one. It seemed like Alien wasn't too comfortable last time, so Astar definitely looking to show up on this one. This could be the difference maker that Poland needs to pretty much help secure their victory on this one this time around, because they have been looking very strong on it against the United States. But, I mean, when you have players like Monko 2K, Apraxia, and Digital Hypno, and even Idki as well, they're all very, very strong players across the board, which we could see trading FCs. I mean, we've seen each of them step up at different points on any of these maps.
It's only a tense situation. Now there's not much in it. Now it's all tied up again. Time to see who can snatch the momentum.
Yeah, this is Poland's pick, and they are looking to snatch that momentum. They have been performing very strong on it so far. United States is definitely not a team to look down on, though, on a map like this. Piggy coming in with that early miss, as I mentioned, does have a little bit of trouble with the start of this, but Piggy could probably combo through the hard section, which we might see the United States dropping a few of their combos on. Digital Hypno also responding with a miss. Piggy, yet again, resetting that combo.
Yeah, once that hard bit hits in, the combo resets are going to be pretty significant there, so plenty of time to make a late comeback.
Yeah, and we're also seeing a few drops from Mr. Boom and Idki on some of those burst streams coming in. So 2 combos dropped on each side. It's 2 full combos against each other. Actually, I believe A-Star and Rafis falling just a little bit short of full combo, but so far there's a bit of an accuracy problem on the side of Poland. Praxi, on the other hand, holding on to 99.6 right now.
Oh, 2 major combos on the Polish side losing to that stream. That might just be the nail in the coffin here. But as we reach the hard part, Poland don't have much to combat this.
Yeah, the United States are definitely stepping up on this one. I mean, we're seeing Apraxia and Moko 2K in the driver's seat right now. Apraxia, the team captain, co-pilot, Monko 2K, they're both holding onto a full combo right now. 99% and 98.85. And we're getting into a slow section here. We're just past 3/4 of the map. Doesn't look like there's going to be any chance for Poland to make a comeback here. As well, I don't think there's any fail potential right at the end of this map. Despite this section getting very difficult, where we could see some combo breaks, but Monko 2K dropping there. But it doesn't really matter too much because I don't think the players are going to be failing at the end of this. The US has pretty much secured this victory. 800,000 points or so. Apraxia did drop right at the end.
Oh.
Holding on to that 99% though. Very, very impressive run from the team captain. So once again, the United States snatching another point from Poland on their own pick.
Yeah, that was a strong team performance. That's the best run in terms of a team performance we've seen on this map so far, and led by that Apraxia score with over 1 million. Shame it wasn't an S there, but
so yeah, now United States get another opportunity to pick, trying to get that momentum going. Have to wonder what they're going to opt for. We could potentially see a Made of Fire. We have seen Poland ban it, so they haven't really been enjoying it. But, I mean, when you have a player like Wolf on your team, on a map like that, there's still a lot of potential for Poland to bring a victory in. They are going with the safe double time choice. So far they managed to snatch that double time from them, so they're going for Kairi. Oh, Kairi, sorry. Kairi.
oh, that 10.3. 10.3 technical pick. That's been fairly popular, but
yeah, this is definitely a very popular pick in the tournament so far, and I would have to say that it's popular for the reason that it's a very good choice as a tournament map. Like, you have 10.3 and then you have an alternating style of map. It's very, very finger control heavy, and you can see pretty much misses occurring at any point in this map. We've seen it go either way on both sides. I mean, we've seen Rafis pull out a full combo on a map like this. We've also seen many high combos from the side of the United States.
yeah, US have had some really strong performances on this in particular, but Poland have also matched up. Of course, you'd expect players like Rafis, A-Star, and likes of Piggy to do well on something like this. But it does test a lot of different attributes, so
yeah, and I mean, as I've mentioned, Toy as well is another player who you wouldn't normally see on some of these double time picks, but when it comes to a map like this, the nature of the map is a lot slower in comparison to some. And Toy is a player that really enjoys a lot of these alternating double time style maps.
I've seen the lineup set up. The usual Kyrie lineup for the US is in. 4 players that have been playing this up until this point. No changes at all. Makes sense. It's been working. Don't break it.
If it isn't broke, don't fix it. You know the old saying. But yeah, it looks like they're going to be having a bit of a change for Poland, I believe. It seems like they're swapping out Alien for A-Star instead this time around. They did have Alien last time. Although Alien didn't perform poorly on this, I think they're just looking to see whether or not A-Star can make a difference.
Yep, no harm in mixing it up. Especially if they dropped the point last time. It's going to be itching to try and make amends here, and they'll need to. Another long map as well. Over 2,000 combo in this.
Yeah, not only that, but also a lot of potential for breaks all across the board. I mean, this map is just unforgiving in terms of its difficulty. Many places to slip up on. Like, you never get a dull moment due to the fact that it's always 10.3, so the reaction time, you need to have that reaction time, basically. And not only that, but the finger control required on a map like this, you can just see breaks occurring almost anywhere. And we're seeing that so far right now with A-Star and Piggy dropping early.
Yeah, it doesn't let up. There isn't a slow part in this map.
So far, United States showing a very strong performance on their pick. They have been showing strong performances on this so far. They usually have 2 or 3 carries on this one, so we could see that potentially coming in once again. Rafis, on the other hand, has been seen full comboing this map. Could we see that happen again for Poland? I mean, Wolf almost came in with another full combo as well last time round, so there is potential for Poland to have 2 very strong carries. Even Piggy and A-Star are 2 players who are very well known for double time. But this map definitely tests different skill sets in terms of double time.
Yeah.
I have to say that they have the reading, but the finger control and the style of map might be something that challenges them a little bit.
Outside of the early misses, they seem to be settling in. Certainly the Polish side is more specialised for double time, whereas the US side are more versatile on this map in terms of the players, the more versatile players as opposed to specialists. On the moment, 4-digit combos on the US side.
Yeah, and A-Star also dropping that combo, not looking good for Poland at all. This is halfway through the map. This is probably one of the worst places to miss. Icky dropping there, but it's still 3 full combos against 2. Getting into a bit of a slow section here. There's some free combo for each of the teams, but it starts to build up again. Apraxia drops there. It's 2 full combos against each other. There is a 200,000 point lead for the United States, but they need those players to drop. Wolf and Toy also dropping once again. It's Monko 2K versus Rafis here.
Yeah, that section's particularly nasty.
Yeah, there's also another really insane section coming up, which we commonly see a lot of players miss on, particularly around the 1700 or 1800 combo mark.
Piggy dropped his major combo, so it really is up to Rafis now against Monko 2K. Difference is definitely possible to make up, but the window is closing as Monko is holding strong.
Yeah, I mean, we have seen so far that a lot of the US players tend to miss just before the end, but I mean, that's the thing, they miss just before the end, and the point lead is already there for the United States, so even if that does occur, this one is looking to go in their favor right now. Rafis is holding on, Monko 2K is still holding on, but there's not enough time to make a comeback at all. All the players on the side of Poland are constantly resetting their combos. Toy and Apraxia and Itki are all building up combos. So this is going to be going to the United States.
Yeah, this one's a shutout.
Yeah, convincing victory for the United States there on their own pick. About 400,000 points to victory. 4-2 now. It is Poland's choice.
That was a really solid team performance from the US. It's the best score we've seen all weekend on this map.
Yeah, and both Monko 2K and Rafis coming with full combos there. Monko 2K having the slight accuracy advantage. Only 40 100s and a 50 versus 44 100s. Very, very impressive performance from both of those players on that map.
Yeah, the DT cornerstone of Poland showing what he can do there. Showing what we all knew he could do. But it just wasn't enough. That was actually a really strong score from Poland against most of the other scores we've seen on this map, but wasn't going to be enough here. 2 points down. They are behind again, so they have to go with something special.
Yeah, I mean, Monko is definitely racking in a lot of those stats. We've seen him full combo both of the double time picks now in different matches. So he's definitely a player to look out for on these double time picks, but we are out of those, so we won't be seeing any more of that.
Yep, there's no hard rock as well, but both hiddens are open and the entire free mod pool is open.
Oh yeah, I completely forgot about the hard rocks being out, because we had the ban coming in from Poland on that one.
Yeah, Kazazetsu Thanatos was banned after the US destroyed it last round.
And as Monko 2K says, no more DT, I'm being retired, goodbye. So we won't be seeing much more of Monko 2K, but so far been doing really, really well. Had a very strong performance on all double time picks.
Yeah, he's made his mark, hasn't he, Monko? Huge contribution.
Here I was originally talking about, you know, Apraxia being the team captain or the bus driver, so to speak, and then you have Monko 2K as the co-pilot, but he's taken over that spot right now on that last pick.
Looks like we're going to be seeing our first free mod of this bracket reset. Fastest crash.
Yeah, we actually didn't happen to see that at all last match. We saw it once in the one on Friday. But yeah, haven't had a chance to see this one today, so I mean, it's going to be fresh for these players. They haven't really had a chance to try it out. We're probably going to be seeing two hiddens across the board. Have to wonder whether or not the United States is going to put Apraxia on hidden once again, because Apraxia did have a little tiny bit of trouble on the previous free mod that we saw, the Hanson map. It's having a few combo resets occurring due to that hidden, so...
Yeah, I think this one's actually safer than that one, though. These two, they have played it in other matches this weekend, and both teams have done really well on it. Both teams got an over 3 million. It's a pretty safe one here, quite comfy for a lot of the players, so I do expect to see a couple of FCs from each team. But of course, the mod picks are important. Probably going to be hidden. We've seen one hard hook, but I don't think we're going to see that here. Not in this high of a stakes match.
Yeah, something to note about the previous details of the last match, or the match on Friday rather, is that the United States managed to get 4 4-digit combos on this, whereas Poland only managed to rack up 2 4-digit combos. They did get very close to having 4, but yeah, Vilchku and Popofov were falling just a little tiny bit behind on that one, with a couple of misses randomly occurring throughout the map.
There we go into this one. 210 BPM burst streams throughout. Some tricky kick slider dubstep mapping patterns. They're a little bit off kilter, but for the most part, this is quite a safe pick in relative to the rest of this pool.
Yeah, and I mean, they're also putting Apraxia on hidden once again. You did say that this is a fairly comfortable map overall, so I would have to say even with hidden, Apraxia can still perform fairly well on this. Despite being a player that's not very well known for it, but can't count him out for sure.
Yeah, I'm sure he can perform well enough on this. Must trust his teammates to hold more consistent combos on the no mod and let him take the burden of the hidden.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, it's actually quite a surprise as well to see that Vilchku is not on hidden, because usually Vilchku loves hidden. Might be going for the safer choice and trying to opt for that no mod.
Yeah, he must be just not too sure on hidden for this map. Some of those jump patterns can throw you off a little bit. It's easy to get tangled up and miss a whole section. I suppose he doesn't want to risk it. First break will go to Vilchku though, just on that build-up section. But it's early on. Again, another map with lots of combo. Nearly 2,000 combo. getting into the more kick slider oriented jump section here, and 7 FCs remain.
Yeah, still 7 full combos, but this does build up quite a lot. We're going to see a lot of tricky kick slider section. So could see some potential breaks coming in. The sliders do get a little bit faster. And not only that, but also quite awkward to hit. I will be claiming Monko2K and Fiery Rage. That's not looking good for the United States, as Poland is still holding on to 3 full combos here, and Vilchku is also still building up that 500 combo.
Yeah.
Praxi and Icky doing work on hidden here though. They do have the multipliers on the full combos. But so do Poland as well. They've got Wobblefulf and Piggy holding on.
Yeah, the same thing happened in the match versus the United Kingdom. They found breaks on that section, and it seems like it could bite them again here if Poland can keep their nerve.
Yeah, Poland definitely stepping up this time around. I mean, they only managed to get 2 4-digit combos, but now they're holding on to 3 this time. And Vilchku still has the opportunity to get one going. Apraxi also dropping combo there. This is not looking good for the United States at all. There isn't any fail potential on this map. Itki is the only one still holding to a full combo.
Yeah, he's against 3 Polish full combos. It's just not going to happen. They're going to run away with that score multiplier. And this section is quite neutral.
Yeah, despite Vilchku having another combo reset, they've still got 3 full combos on the side of Poland here. And as you mentioned, Dooms, they are running away with that score lead.
Yeah, Piggy's going to be feeling good about this. An excellent performance from him. After that earlier thing, he's done well here.
Yeah, definitely going to be feeling really good after this. Wolf holding on to 99.6 with hidden. Highest accuracy in the lobby at the moment.
Idkey still holding on.
But despite Idkey holding on here, it's still not going to be enough. That is going to be a very, very convincing victory for Poland. They definitely stepped up hard on that map. Piggy actually happened to miss right at the end, but it was already well in favor of Poland.
Definitely close
coming
enough.
in with it. Yeah, 99.55 on hidden, making up that huge score difference. Idki on the other hand as well with a 99.48 FC. Only difference was a 50. 2 very impressive performances from them. Rafis also stepping up here as well with a no mod FC.
Yeah, definitely seen some really strong performances in this bracket reset. That's the strongest team performance we've seen on this map all weekend from Poland. Very, very well done. They're still behind on points, but that was a massive win for them.
Yeah, definitely not a bad choice. We're actually getting to the point where we could see a made of fire pick coming out here, but it's also kind of risky because the United States doesn't quite know how Poland will perform on it, despite them banning it.
Yeah, I can imagine that the presence of Wobblefulf is going to make them think twice about picking it. But surely they must know off that ban and the previous bans that Poland aren't too comfortable on that. But I guess we'll see when that comes out. It's only a matter of time. It hasn't been banned. If it doesn't appear, I'll be very surprised. Here it is.
And it's, yes, here we go. They are going to be going for Made of Fire. We could... Oh my goodness. I just don't know what to say about this map. Wolf is going to be coming in for this one, I assume. We've got Toy coming in as well. Toy is very well known for these reading plays. It's pretty much going to be a hard battle between Toy and Wolf, I would have to say. Idki has also been stepping up a lot on these lower approach rate hidden picks too recently, though. We've seen it in the previous group stage matches and round of 16.
Yeah, for sure, the 2 players to watch are going to be Wobblefulf, who has re-entered the room, and Toy. Those 2 are known for the reading, and they should be looking forward to playing this one. The rest of the team, though, is where the question marks are going to lay. How is the rest of the team going to cope? Poland have banned AR8 all the way through this tournament whenever possible. So how will they do on this one? And it's a very unforgiving one. We've seen 4 fails on its previous appearance.
I was going to say, there is also the potential that we could see a very, very short map. There is fail potential, even team fail potential as well. So you have to look out for something like that because there are a lot of really tricky zigzag patterns. And not only that, but some of the overlapping streams also claim a lot. The HP drain is insane on a map like this, even with hidden.
Yeah, you miss one stream and you die, that's it, so...
You miss one stream when you die. Well put, Doomsday.
it's not even hyperbole, that's just how it is. Like one of those long streams, you miss it and you're dead. You miss a note in it and it's hard to recover yourself. Idkey has actually done really well on hidden in this tournament. So he might be one to watch on this.
Yeah, Idkey has definitely been playing a lot more hidden lately. And I mean, also lower approach rate hidden. We've seen him in the previous maps, or matches rather. So could be one to look out for. Vichku as well is a player who's very well known for hidden. Not quite sure how he performs on these lower approach rate hidden picks, but could see some step ups. So far, we're going to be seeing misses pretty much all across the board from players. Vichku actually dropping there and looking like a fail. Toy on the other hand.
Intro there.
Yeah, it was definitely looking good for Fiery, but he has happened to drop. Despite Digital Hypno and Idkey dropping earlier, Toy is still holding on strong, but it's him against Wolf at the moment. Along with Idkey and Digital Hypno, they are still holding on to their combos, which is important. But they also need to look out for a fail. It could potentially happen, but so far Toy is showing no signs of giving up right now. Hitting all of those really, really tricky sections. He is holding on to a 99.5 full combo on Made of Fire.
That reading from the guy. He's nailed all those streams. Those are the hardest ones in the entire map. Surely not.
Toy. Oh my goodness. Could we potentially see a full combo on Made of Fire with Hidden? It's going to be happening here. Toy is coming in with a 99.5% full combo on Made of Fire. Are you kidding me? That is hands down one of the best performances in this tournament.
Toy is our boy, man.
Toy is our boy.
Yeah, safe to say, when that appeared, you wouldn't have expected a run like that on this big of a stage, but Toy, tournament veteran, stepping up and showing us how it's done. Even beating out Wubwolf, who had a really good run, wasn't matching up to Toy, not this time.
Yeah, I mean, Wolf obviously a player who's very, very well known for these solid performances on old maps, but Toy has also been going and revisiting all of these old maps as well, so his reading and his ability to play these maps definitely showing up there. But yeah, one of the craziest performances in this tournament so far. That is just absolutely insane.
We should actually mention that there wasn't a single fail at the end there. Every single player passed, which is impressive in and of itself. There were no fails on that play, but the points going to the US, and emphatically so.
Yeah, the United States are definitely going to be feeling very confident after that one. Toy, I don't think there's any words for him. His team is probably just thanking him after that one. I mean, they all did pretty solid across the board, but Toy definitely made the huge difference, being the MVP on Made of Fire right there.
Poland has that next pick. They're 2 points behind, so they need something to try and pull this back.
They're actually opting for Outbreak here, which is the free mod pick. The CS3 AR10, very, very snappy jump aim map. Pretty much comes down to whether or not players combo right before the end of it, if anything. But I mean, we have seen a few full combos come in on this. We saw one from Spare, and I believe another player also full combo this as well. I forget which one.
Yeah, we have seen a few. Didn't see one or two each time this has appeared. Yeah, Hypno's FC'd this, Raffis has FC'd this.
I think it was also Prey or Pring who FC'd it in the South Korea versus UK match.
Yep. I think Prey FC'd it, and then Spare also FC'd it. So we've seen a few, but it's always been just one per team usually. I don't think we've seen more than one FC per team yet on this.
Yeah, this is definitely a map which could go anyone's way, because it really does come down to whether or not the players hit the jump sections at the beginning, but also right before the combo section at the end, because the combo section at the end is where it starts to slow down and you can get a lot of free combos, so you really have to hit the hard parts just before it, if anything. Let alone full comboing a map like this, but the intro is just really, really tricky to hit because of those triangles. Triangles and the back and forth snaps.
Yeah, that triangle really is the hardest part of this map. But yet, if you nail just one or two of those jump spikes, it's a huge boon to your team. The scores on the past plays from these two on this map are quite similar. Poland have the edge on it on their previous encounter, but
yeah, and I mean, after all, it is their pick, so they are looking to take this one out again. We saw Rafis have a really good performance on this, coming with that 99.5% FC. Hypno as well, also another player to look out for on this, but just have to wait and see what happens. Things can change. Hypno is going for hidden, Toy on hidden, A-Star and Wobbleful both going for hidden here.
it's a short one as well, so every miss hurts.
Yeah, and Wolf being the first one to be claimed by that triangle section. Not too bad though. A-Star and Idki following up with misses shortly after that on the sliders. Hypno and Toy missing on the jump section along with Piggy though. Rafis is holding on. Fire Rage as well. This is not looking good for the United States, even though they are in the lead at the moment. It's just because of the fact that A-Star is actually having a little bit of trouble with accuracy, I would have to say.
And there goes the FC from the US. Fiery Rage drops it, and now Poland can start to claw that score back with Rafis' full combo. The bigger jump spikes are over now. There's still a couple of smaller ones, but Rafis should be quite comfortable on something like this with his skill set. And there we go, Rafis locks out those jump sections. A-Star as well with a really solid run up to that point. They will give the win to Poland barring any unforeseen circumstances here.
Yeah, fairly convincing victory for Poland, managing to get right through the end of that. Toy was looking to bring back a comeback along with Idki, but yeah, Poland just had some higher combos across the board, and Rafis once again, another full combo, showing strength on that map.
Yeah, Rafis remembered to spin this time. Even got himself over 1 million points with his full 100 FC. Solid runs from both teams. Actually, I think both of those scores beat the previous runs that they did when they played this last time. So, but this time it's going to be Poland's victory, and they're 1 point away from US again. Hidden didn't go too well for Poland last time, and the US are going straight for it with the second hidden pick. Polygon is out, a technical, streamy map in the hidden pool. Lots of jump streams and wacky stream spacing define this one. This is definitely the kind of map that US should be good on.
Curious to see how this one turns out, because they've been favoured on it so far in the previous matches. And as much as Poland went to pick it last time, which was a bit of a risky choice, the United States are taking advantage of that right now. So they want to see if they can get that extra point and potentially even take this all the way.
Yeah, this one's certainly favoured. Every single run that the US has done, they've played in all of their matches, and each of those runs beat any of Poland's runs, so Poland need to step it up if they're going to take this one. It's going to be a hard point for them.
We saw last time that Fire Rage really stepped up on this one at the beginning, and then also Digital Hypno towards the end. I think along with Idki and Toy, either one of the two. But yeah, Rafis and Wolf are definitely two players to look out for on this one. They usually have fairly solid performances. Wolf normally holds a really nice combo. He actually held one of the highest combos, I think, last time round, that happened to break just after the hard section.
Could definitely go either way. Just if you get that one section that keeps nailing you. Any combo through this first half, which isn't quite as hard as the second half, is really valuable.
Yeah, this is looking bad for the United States though in the beginning here. We've seen a few misses coming in. Wolf is dropped though, and Vilchku as well, responding with another miss. Digital Hypno is still holding on here along with Piggy. Rafis having a bit of an early break, but Toy and Idki are being there to support the United States. We've seen a few combo resets on the side of Poland. This is anyone's game right now, but it really comes down to who holds the combo before the slow section. And Digital Hypno drops just before that. Idki as well.
Oh, but look at Piggy go.
Yeah, Piggy and Rafis.
Yeah, those two really nailed that section. The early miss from Rafis, but it's going to be negligible at this point for him. But here comes the jump screen.
Something we have seen so far is that the United States does really well towards the end of this map, so we could see a turnaround potentially. Piggy has managed to drop that full combo. Rafis is still holding on to his though. Rafis is coming in strong here on this section. Fiery Rage, Toy, Digital Hypno all dropping there. Idki, the only player holding a strong combo on the side of the United States. It's not going to be enough by the looks of things. It has dropped.
Oh well, look at that. Looks like Poland will be taking this. They break the duck. The US have looked so good on this map, but Poland are the one that take Polygon this time. That's a huge point.
That is a very, very huge point for Poland there. So far we've seen a lot of upsets caused. We've seen a lot of points that have gone in favor of the opposite team go back to the other team.
Yeah, it was all down to Piggy and Rafis, those two near 800 combos really making the difference through that intro, and Rafis getting a lot of that ending as well.
So yeah, this will be Poland's last pick of the match before the United States gets their last pick, and then potentially maybe even a tiebreaker. We might not even need to see a tiebreaker showcase coming in. This is going to be so close towards the end here. 5-5. Definitely looking a lot closer than the last one.
It really is. Poland are really stepping it up after that earlier one. After some early match nerves, they look much more confident now. Their carries are really stepping up right now, and here comes the Coconut Sauce.
Coconut Sauce. We've seen the United States show up on this one recently. Obviously, Poland won it last time, or on the Friday, by 182 points, but this one is one of those ones which can go pretty much any team's way. It is a bit of a risky choice regardless. I was actually about to mention that Coconut Sauce being in the pool still leaves so much room for this to go either way, just because both teams have taken it from each other once.
Yeah,
square sections.
It's all about those square jumps. Like, sometimes you get them, sometimes you don't. There's such massive difficulty spikes, and they're so awkward that you can't get them consistently, really. I mean, you've seen some performances that may be a little bit lacking in the players' opinions, but other times we've seen ridiculous combos. Like in the UK versus US, we saw really, really solid combos. Other times, not so much, and we'll see how it goes this time round.
Yeah, Xarius has definitely been a player who steps up on a map like this, but Mr. Boom is also someone who has had really, really strong performances on this. Wolf, Rafis, definitely players not to look down on, but I mean, United States could potentially come up with some 4-digit combos here. This is going to be a very, very close match, I would have to say. It's been close on the last one. Apraxa coming with an early miss there though. Vilchku as well.
God, if it's any closer than last time, I don't think my heart's going to take it.
Could we see something less than 182?
That'll be something, dude. But yeah, those difficulty spikes are half the map. If even one player gets those square jumps, that's a huge bonus to the team, because the slow parts are relatively comfortable to combo, at least relatively.
Yeah, I mean, so far we're seeing pretty much a repeat of the last time these teams played against each other. Because the United States is coming in with a bit of a rough start. Poland on the other side have Ralphus and Wolf holding onto full combos here. Boom has dropped, but United States are also building back their combos. We saw this happen last time, where Poland had the slight advantage at the beginning.
Yeah, it's such a long map, and the combo reset points are very spaced throughout the map. There's one at the start, middle, and end, so lots of time for comebacks to happen after everyone breaks and one person holds the combo. Things like that.
All players missing on that jump section except for Exarius, and that is exactly what the United States needs right now. Exarius is honestly a monster when it comes to hitting those square jumps. We've seen it time and time again. One of the few players that holds on through the early jumps or the later jumps. Just have to hope that he doesn't miss on one of the few easier sections as you jinxed yesterday, or on Friday, I think it was, Dooms.
Yeah. Let's hope that don't happen again.
Oh no!
Oh.
It might have been a... Wait, hold on, is that a client desync or... Oh no!
I don't think it is. Oh
We've
dear.
actually seen Exarius drop on that combo, but that is really tricky section to drop on, so... Not quite an uncharacteristic miss.
The next square jump section coming up in just a moment's time, and plenty of major combos around the room. Oh, the only player to get it was Vilchku.
Yeah, that mouse coming in strong there. Yeah, so a bit of a slow section coming in here. There could be a chance for Poland to make a comeback because Vilchku does have the slight combo advantage in comparison. It's not much, but it's still something.
I mean, every single time this map has appeared, it's been fine margins, so it might just be all they need.
Yeah, these square jumps definitely claim a lot of combos, and we see it go back and forth based on whether or not one player manages to get through it. It just shows you how tricky those sections are. When it manages to claim 7 out of 8 players, majority of the time, if not all of the players. We've seen it actually happen where all players have dropped on that, so...
So we're having a little bit of lag from one or two of the players, hence the delays. Sorry about that.
Yeah, just a few issues.
Slowly clawing the lead for Poland with Vilchku's combo. The break there from Exarius.
Despite Vilchku dropping that combo there, Ralphus and Wolf are also coming back, and this is getting right to the end. It's not looking good for the States, with potentially a drop from Apraxia as well. Not sure if that's a dropout altogether or if there'll be a score submitted, but nonetheless. Toya's holding on to a really, really nice combo, but he's against Ralphus and Wobbleful.
Yeah, the combos across the board from Poland are doing well, but it appears as though Apraxia is having some issues. This is so unlucky.
Probably one of the worst times for something like this to occur as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, Wolf managing to hold on to that combo all the way to the end as well, building up a nice 1.2k combo. You have to wonder whether or not it would have made the difference having Apraxia there. I doubt he would have been able to make up the 600,000 points the difference.
No, I don't think Apraxia had enough combo to make up that score difference. I don't think it would have mattered whether that happened or not. It's so unfortunate it had to happen, but I think even if he was in it, with those combos on the Polish side and Apraxia's drops, it wouldn't have been enough anyway. That would have been a Polish point either way. the rules do state in case of disconnects that restarts can only happen if it happens within the first 30 seconds, meaning there cannot be a restart for this. But again, don't think it would have mattered anyway. Solid runs there from Wobblefulf, Raffis, and Toy, though. Polish had the better scores in the end.
Yeah, so this is going to be the last pick for the United States, and then it may come down to a tiebreaker. Once again, so far we've seen Poland. We've seen Poland take it, but I don't think the United States is looking to let that happen again.
Yeah, match point now. They have the scent of the trophy now. They are 1 point away from a championship that they've come so close to for years now. But the US are hot on their tail. They only need 2 more. 1 more win for the US and it takes it to tiebreaker 2. There is only Ryoshino, Umino Lindworm, and Aino Chikashi left. The technical alternating no mod pick or the safer handsome free mod pick are the only maps remaining to pick from.
Yeah, both of which it's gonna be back and forth. There's no real favor for either of the teams on those ones.
Yeah, both of those maps have been close in the past between the two teams. Perhaps that handsome free mod has seen better scores on the whole for the US team, but the pick they've gone for is a much closer one.
They're actually going for Lindworm here. I think it's not a bad choice as well for them, especially if Apraxia might be out of the picture, because we did see a disconnection coming in, so maybe they might not be available anymore. But I think this is not a bad choice because you still have Exarius, who's some player that is very, very comfortable in playing a map like this.
Yeah, the technical stuff is something that the US have been historically strong on. So yeah, their lineup is looking pretty scary for a map like this. How is Poland going to take this though? Wobblefulf is going to be really decent on an alternating style map. We see Waxon come in for this one as well. Who's going to be their fourth though?
Things are definitely getting very, very intense for the players. I mean, Poland are well ahead in comparison to the last time. Well, I wouldn't say well ahead, but in comparison to their last score, they lost 7-3, and now they're up 6-5. This is looking good for them. Could they close it out here, or could we see another tiebreaker coming in?
It's tense for sure. Like I said, in terms of the actual scores we saw previously, US had their noses in front, but not by much. They're going to be feeling quite good on a technical map, but they need a result here. Poland are 1 win away from the title. All they have to do is lock it out on this technical map, and it's theirs, or it's going to tiebreaker.
Yeah, I mean, you have huge pressure on both of these teams. It pretty much determines whether or not Poland can win this right here, right now, or whether or not the United States gets it to a tiebreaker. A lot is on the line. It is match point. Fire Rage and Exarius coming in with some early misses along with Piggy. So far, Waxon, Wobblefulf, Raff is still holding on along with Digital Hypno and Toy. It's still fairly early though. There's plenty of opportunity for players to miss. This map is fairly awkward in the way of its pattern arrangements. So far, we're seeing some misses coming from Piggy, Toy, Digital Hypno, Exarius. All players on the side of the United States have dropped. The only players still holding onto a full combo right now are Waxon and Wobblefulf.
Yeah, that triple section is one of the harder parts of the map, one of the trickier aim ones, and 2 players getting it on the Polish side. That's massive.
Waxon dropping there though. Wobblefulf, the only player still holding onto a full combo. Exarius is slowly but surely building up combo, along with Toy.
This is poetic.
As well, though.
It's coming down to the veteran to try and take this home. Wolf 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 with the only FC in the room. He's been in the very first World Cup. Can he do it in 2017?
My goodness, the performance from Wolf here. He is showing up right here on this pick right now. Axarius is still holding on to a really nice combo. Combo resets all across the board though. Axarius drops, Rafis drops, Wolf is still holding on.
It's just Wolf. The score is well in advantage. There's not much fail potential on this map. It's theirs to lose. And Wolf looking to do it in style.
My goodness, Wolf. Wolf is just stepping up here, coming in with a full combo from Ryoshi, no Umi, no Linworm.
That's it. That is it.
That is it. Poland taking this one 7-5.
And what a way to do it. After so much heartbreak, after so many near misses, something that Wolf has felt every single time. It is him who seals the final point for Poland, and Poland are your OWC World Cup 2017 champions. And wow, that's been a long time coming, hasn't it? United States, after two simultaneous tournaments, they dropped the title on the third attempt. But what a match they put out here.
Yeah, what a match indeed. I mean, it looked fairly convincing for the United States. They came in from the losers bracket, managing to take the first set 7-3, and then Poland managing to take the final match 7-5. It's really, really unlucky for the United States that Apraxia did have a few drops there towards the end. I think might not have been available, but nonetheless, Poland are the winners of the OWC World Cup 2017. Congratulations to them. Very well fought between these two teams.
Yeah, US really made it difficult. They looked really strong in that first match. It was a pretty decisive win, wasn't it? This time, it really was back and forth, and the US had their noses in front for most of that, didn't they? But alas.
Yeah, it was definitely looking to be a match taken by them, especially at the start. I mean, coming in with 7-3, that is very, very convincing. I mean, they also started originally. They started up 5 or 6 points, I believe it was, in the first match they had on Friday. So they were proving to be very strong, but yeah, it seems like Poland will be taking this one, and a very, very solid performance from Wolf as well, coming in right at the end there, stepping up when it was needed. Rafis also doing a fair bit of work, but yeah, I mean, we've seen so many impressive performances from all of the players throughout this entire tournament. So many MVPs, not even just across these two teams, across many of the teams. I mean, that S from Toy on Made of Fire is just a prime example of some of the insane performances.
Yeah, like that FC from Toy, that might just be my pick of this entire match. I mean, that's a map that, well, it struck fear into every single player. The last time we saw it, it really did decimate both teams when it appeared, but Toy showing how it was done with incredible accuracy as well. Like, that shows the experience of that guy, his reading prowess, his versatility.
Yeah, and I mean, we did actually see, obviously, Apraxia having to drop out throughout Kokono Sosei, but it still seemed like a very convincing lead for Poland. And
yeah.
I'm not quite sure if we would have seen Apraxia on a map like Ryoshi, but the United States maybe could have gone for the other free mod pick if Apraxia was still around. I'm not entirely sure, but I mean, we saw that Apraxia was forced into Hidden last time, and they also didn't have a very strong performance on that, despite, I think, the US taking that one. I'm not quite sure which one that went to last time. Hold on, I'll have to double check.
Fair dues. I think even if Apraxia stepped in for Ryushino Linworm, we'd have to full combo the map to make a difference, and sure, yeah, we possibly could do it, but certainly not a guarantee. And when it came to Kokono Sosei, it was an unlucky circumstance, but it wouldn't have made a difference anyway, of course, because, yeah, Poland had a very convincing lead.
Yeah, Poland definitely stepping up here. Congratulations to them for taking that one. We will be actually having a tiebreaker showcase as well between the two teams, so you guys get an opportunity to watch them play Tengaku once again.
Yep, round 2. It was so close last time these two played it. I'm going to be seeing it again. to play us out here into our closing thoughts. Of course, with Poland winning the title this time, this actually means that for the first time we have an EU champion. This is the first time a country from EU has won the title. It's always been NA in the US or an Asian team taking it in the past. But Poland will break that duck today. Seeing Alien step in for this.
First ever EU victors for the OS World Cup.